Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about 7 quick hacks to boost your click-through rate. So hack number 1 to boosting your click-through rate is writing a better title. If you have something that's number 1 is red shoes, number 2 is red shoes, best reviewed 2019 and beyond. I'm making things up. Most of you, okay, I'm willing to bet a good amount of money if I put it add up. Most of you are probably going to click the second one from an e-commerce standpoint because it gives you a little more context and it helps you make a decision faster. So how can you write a better title? Not just from an e-commerce perspective, but you're trying to bring people to the point of sale. That's the job of marketing.
You can also leverage curiosity, which is number 2. For example, if you have an article on the benefits of green tea, it could be called, the title could be The 7 Benefits of Green Tea. Number 3 is going to shock you. And you can put number 3 is going to shock you in parentheses. By doing this, what you'll find is people are like, oh, wow, I want to know about the benefits of green tea. What is number 3? If it's going to shock me, it has to be unique. You're going to get more people to click through and read your article. If your number 3 sucks, you're going to get people to bounce back. And that's going to hurt your rankings in the long run. But assuming your content's good, evoking curiosity does well.
Who built their business model around that? Was it Upworthy?
Yeah, Upworthy.
Yeah, Upworthy built their business model around this, and they're just crushing Facebook for a while. I don't know how they're doing now, do you?
No, I'm guessing not as well as they used to because no one talks about them.
Yeah. So what are we on now? Number 3?
Yeah.
All right. Number 3 is if you're trying to optimize your click-through rate. So this is we're talking about the search result page, so the SERP. Basically, your meta description still counts too. So the title counts from an SEO perspective, but your meta description, even though it doesn't affect your rankings per se, it still does affect whether people decide to click or not, because they're going to see the title and they're going to see the meta description. And if you have no meta description and the other number 2, number 3, number 4 rankings, they do have a meta description, well, guess what? People are more likely to click the other one. So you got to make sure that you cover your bases and have something that could evoke curiosity or have something that describes what people would be getting if they come visit that page.
Number 4, use adjectives. For example, words like effortless will help increase your click-through rate from everything that we've tested. For example, if you're writing content around SEO, someone's more likely to click on 7 effortless ways to double your search traffic versus 7 ways to double your search traffic. The effortless ones are easier. Same goes if you're selling products. 7 effortless products that'll decrease your wrinkles. Or 7 easy to use products that'll, I don't know, you get the point. It's all about showing people how they can use a product to reduce your wrinkles, right? Like if you have one that reduces wrinkles faster in 30 days versus another one that takes 1 hour, it's like reduce your wrinkles effortlessly in 7 minutes. And that product, let's say it helps you do that, people are much more likely to buy versus one that takes tons of time and a lot of work.
What are we on now? Number 5?
Mm-hmm.
Number 5 is, by the way, when you look at a SERP, or even let's say you're running ads, because click-through rates applies to ads too, but let's just talk about SEO. On a SERP, sometimes your YouTube results are going to show. So if you're doing YouTube, your image does count too. So think about your thumbnail, right? Or think about having the right image. So I don't know. Actually, no. I should come back on this one. So your YouTube thumbnail, if it shows on the SERP, does it show the thumbnail that you choose?
I believe it does.
If so, then your thumbnail matters. You got to have a good thumbnail. And even if we're not talking about the search result pages from an SEO perspective here, your thumbnail still matters if you're running ads. Like let's look at Facebook. If you have a thumbnail that's just black versus a thumbnail that shows, like, let's say a unicorn pooping out rainbow ice cream.
That's kind of awesome video, by the way.
It's a really good video. Check out the Harmon Brothers, by the way. We should talk about that in a separate one. But that's number 5.
Number 6, use rich snippets from things like having your reviews or stars, all these kind of things within your listing. More people are going to click on it. So if you're not leveraging rich snippets, you should be. If you are running on WordPress or most CMSs, there's usually a plugin that allows you to do this really easily. For WordPress, you can use the Yoast SEO plugin.
Great. Number 7, use a tool like Clickflow or Google Search Console. to optimize your click-through rates. Basically, what I'm saying here is Search Console or Clickflow that basically will pull data from the sites or the pages on your site that have high impression count but a low click-through rate. It's basically going to help you organize the way you are doing your let's call it split testing for SEO, okay, just for the sake of simplicity. So do that, and then it's going to help you organize everything, and then you can basically prove to stakeholders that what you're doing from an SEO perspective works for the long term. All the click-through rate work that you're doing, you're not actually being a crazy person, and you're just listening to people from marketing school. It actually works. You got to prove to people. You got to show the numbers, and that is it for today. So before we go, we are doing a live event in Los Angeles. If you can help, give back a little, just rate, review, subscribe, share this podcast. Once we get to 1 million downloads, right now we're about 800,000 or so. Once we get to 1 million, we're going to throw that live event. Go to marketingschool.io/stats to check on our progress. It's going to be a great time. And again, we need your help. Rate, review, subscribe, share the podcast, and we will see you tomorrow.